Hi everyone. Are you a mom that is facing the heart-wrenching challenge of estrangement? And if you're feeling like your family will never be complete and you're struggling with that, I want you to know that there is hope and there is healing and there's a journey in this situation of self-discovery for you. So before you give up hope on the situation with your adult child, I want you to watch this video. So today I am going to share some empowering stories and some practical things to help you along this journey and to provide hope for you. For those of you that are brand new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked this difficult journey with my own daughter for over 10 years. And when her life went crazy and spiraled out of control, so did mine. And so I personally understand and can understand what you're going through and where you're feeling hopeless some days. And I get it and I understand. But today I want to show you some practical examples and some stories of hope that will prove that estrangement is not always forever. And so I want you to embrace the power of hope in your own life, because there's that saying, I think Henry Ford said it, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Right? You get to choose. Our thoughts are so powerful and they lead us, right? So we get to choose which ones will lead us, and we need to choose the right ones. So I have two main points today that I want to talk to you about why we should never give up hope on this situation, never give up hope on our child. And number one is taking care of yourself while you're waiting. And when I say waiting, I don't mean sitting on the couch just waiting. I mean taking care of you in the process, taking care of you on this journey that you're in. Obviously, majority of you are not wanting to be on this journey, right? Either your kid has estranged themselves from you, or maybe there is just a lot of difficulty in the relationship right now. But regardless, you're in this season, this messy season, and we don't know how long it's going to last. I'm praying and hoping that it doesn't last long. And I want you to know that I do pray for all of you all the time, your families, and for restoration. But in the meantime, you have to take care of you. I can't do that for you. I wish I could, but this is your journey and you need to take care of you. So that means your physical well-being, taking care of your body, watching what you're eating, getting rest, because we've got all this stress. And in order to maintain a healthy life, we have to be able to manage that stress, right? Or it overtakes us. And I know what that all entails too, because I lived it. Another is mental and emotional health. And so whether that's prayer, journaling, mindfulness, meditation, whatever that is for you that's going to give you peace, go there. Like, live in that space, because that is where you're going to get your power back. Another is boundaries. You have to have boundaries in your life. You have to know when to say no to things, when to say yes to things, figuring out what that looks like, and having self-compassion for yourself to be able to not be so hard on yourself. Like when you do say no, or some of these circumstances are beyond your control, obviously, right? And so we have to practice some self-compassion. Another is enjoying some joyful activities, right? And you may say, I don't even know what brings me joy anymore. We need to figure this out. This is so crucial. You can rediscover things that you used to love as a child or as a younger mom, maybe, when you didn't have time to do all those things. Now is your time. You need to re-engage in some of those things, because they can be so healthy, and they're healthy outlets, right? We want to find the healthy alternatives, because it's really natural to want to go to the unhealthy coping mechanisms like I did, which was alcohol. And that didn't serve me. That made the whole situation 10 times worse. And I had to dig out of that pit even deeper, right? I fell so far deep, where if I would have done some of these things that I'm sharing with you and I would have taken care of myself, I wouldn't have been so far gone. Another is obviously support. You need support. You need to connect with other moms that are going through similar situations, and don't be afraid to share your story. So one thing that before I share number two, I want to share a quick story with you. This was a mom. I'm not going to share any names, but there was a mom that I worked with probably about 2 years ago, and her daughter had not spoken to her in about a year. And this mom was quite sure that she would probably never hear from her daughter again. She was feeling probably a lot like many of you feel right now. And I remember her saying that there's probably no hope for restoration. She's made it, the daughter had made it very clear she wasn't going to talk to the mom again, this, that, and the other thing, right? So the mom comes to me. She's in some group coaching with me, quite some time ago. And several months later, I got a message from her stating that her daughter had reached out to her and texted her and said something to the effect of, life is too short to hold grudges. Can we talk? Oh my goodness, what a joyful day, right? And she was all nervous and she was like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do now, right? So we got through all of that. But you know what happened? Is many of us think that we're the ones that are controlling the outcome of our son or daughters, the estrangement, like we're going to be the one to make them change their mind. In reality, it's usually not us. It's usually not us. And the thing is external circumstances changed the daughter's mind. Had nothing to do with the family, had nothing to do with the mom. The daughter had a situation where she had seen some devastation in her work. I think it might have been a hurricane or something like that, where that was part of her job. And so she witnessed a lot of devastation and just, I think, stood there and was like, wow, life is too short for this, right? We don't need to be holding grudges. And so that family was reunited. And I have another story. I have so many stories of moms that have done that. I have another story of a mom just most recently, a few weeks ago actually, had emailed me. I had worked with her probably 2.5 years ago. And the daughter, she said she's home. She's back. I think it was 18 months that they were estranged. And she came back. And so I just want you to never, ever, ever give up hope. So for those of you that are, before I get into number 2, for those of you that we've never talked before and you're feeling like how these moms felt and you need a support system, click the discovery call link below. And that's a consultation for you and I to chat, where I get to know you a little bit, you get to know me, and we're going to talk about the situation and how it's affecting you. And then I can share with you how I might be able to help. So number 2 is choosing your beliefs, because we have to embrace hope. We have to embrace positivity. And I don't mean just your positive words are going to just change everything, but it's a mindset. What comes out of your mouth is what's connected to your brain, right? Your thoughts are what's going to be released. And so it starts with our thoughts, and we have to believe. We have to believe that there is hope. And so we want to embrace realistic optimism. We have to acknowledge that, yeah, this is where I'm at right now, and this really sucks, and I don't like it. This is where I'm at right now. It doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. I don't know when we're going to be restored or how it's going to happen, but I trust it will, right? So we want to also avoid catastrophic thinking, because so many of us will get in that negative thought patterns and we assume worst possible outcomes. And when you start doing that, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you have any proof? Do you have any proof that what you're thinking, that catastrophic thinking, do you have any proof that that actually is reality? And the answer is no, right? I highly doubt you have any proof of that. So we want to focus what is within our control, which takes us back to our own thoughts. It takes us back to taking care of us. And believe in yourself. Have that self-compassion and believe in your own strengths. And that is going to help you navigate this journey. Now, granted, I understand, like I said, this isn't a journey we want to be on. This isn't a season we ever asked for. In fact, a couple years ago, very likely, we had no idea this season could ever be possible in our life or in our family. That happens to other people's families. That's how I used to think until it happened to me. So if you're watching this video, it's obviously happening to you, or you're on the verge of it, or you're concerned. So let's get to the core here. Let's take care of what we can control. And I just know that your family's story isn't over yet. It is not over. And there's so much potential for positive change in your own personal life through this process. And so I just hope that helps you today, and I'll see you in the next video.